Okay, fine.
Go ahead.
All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
This Baton Rouge Tabernacle of David coming back with another on the highways and byways video. Okay. And before we get started, we're gonna turn and face the east, which is behind me. We're gonna give all praises going on the two.
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Harakatash.
And double honors to our elder apostles of Great Millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the Akim of Great Millstone, pushing his truth throughout the four corners in these last days. Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, and at this count, all right, we're gonna open up with a few scriptures going into how Esau, the so-called white man, he see that his days are short. Okay, and he's about to make his move.
You can just exhort. Yeah, you don't have to just stand the camera out.
All right, and
exhort, man.
yeah, so Esau, the so-called white man, he's about to come with his move. All right, and we're about to go into that, how he's passing bills and acts, you know, and he's just setting everything up for that charagma. All right, the mark of the beast. And you can open up with it, brother.
Psalm 17?
Yeah.
Psalm 17 from the top. A prayer of David. Hear the right, O Lord. Attend unto my cry.
Right. And hold on. And that's what the elect is doing in these last days of the nation of Israel. That remnant, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, we crying unto the Lord. We making our prayer and supplication to Yahweh Shema Shah in these last days. And it was prophesied for us to do that. You know, grab me Baruch 2 and 30 right quick, and we're gonna come back to that.
Okay. I get it.
Okay. All right. So
that's what you're doing.
yeah. You know, so it was already set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. You know, after those 2 days, those I want to say, roughly paraphrasing, two days and a half, that our spirit, Yahweh Shema Shah, was gonna raise our spirit back up again. All right, and we was gonna come back to our heritage, who we truly are. All right, that's why Esau, the so-called white man, he went through such great measures to try to hide and cover up who the true children of Israel are. Okay, you can bring that up.
Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I know that they will not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves.
Right, and that's a prophecy for the children of Israel. Okay, they're not going to be in their homeland. They're going to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth and in captivity. Okay, but in the land of their captivities, they're going to remember themselves. Okay, they got more in there too.
Verse 31. And shall know that I am Yahweh their power, and I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
Right, and that started in 1970. Okay, when started with Elijah, Abba Bivens. Okay, the Lord he 69 to 70. All right, around the civil rights time period. Okay, the Lord raised up His people. All right, you know, so from that point all the way up to here, you know, this gospel been being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and now you seeing the end come. We seeing all these prophecies come to pass, which the prophets, beginning with the elder apostles, Great Millstone, it been coming to pass.
I like your precept for that. Revelation 5 and 5. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, have prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
Right, and that's talking about whom the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ. Okay, he came down here in the flesh, you know, born of a woman, and he had to fulfill what was prophesied of him to fulfill. He had to come.
And I brought that out because he gave us the understanding of the scriptures, all right? When Abba Bivens was raised up, all right, we started getting this doctrine of life. You see what I'm saying? When we was in the land of our captivity and we remembered ourselves, all right, that's when those 7 seals was unlocked and we started understanding, all right? Then Abba Bivens was raised up out of Yaquab, out of Ariah, all right, so on and so forth. Then it trickles down to our blessed elder. And guess what? They started rightly dividing the scriptures of truth, all right? But the line of the tribe of Judah, what did he did? He opened up our understanding that we may understand the scriptures, man.
Right, you know, and that's what he did. Because the prophets that came before us, they was writing down the visions and the mysteries, but they didn't have the understanding yet, all right? So that precept, that prophecy is fulfilled now. Okay, now we're breaking down the truth of the scriptures, and we can tell you exactly what time we're in. Okay, you can go back to that song.
All right, back to Psalm 17. Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of feigned lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine let thine eyes behold the things that are equal.
Right, and that's what the Lord is doing. Okay, and we making our prayer to the Lord. All right, and the Lord, He's about to avenge the elect, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Okay, you can keep reading.
Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shall find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress.
Right, and read that part again about the Lord trying.
Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and
Right.
shall find nothing.
Right, and that's what the Lord do. You know, when you come into the truth, all right, when you come back to who you are, you start keeping the commandments, and you renew your mind with this word, and you stop living your American life. Okay, you're going to be tried. You know, you're going to be gold tried in the furnace. You know, you're going to go through trials and tribulations, and it's going to make you pure.
Right.
You know,
even when you don't understand them at the time. You know.
Yeah. You know, so it's blessed are they that suffer for righteousness' sake. You know, the men of the Lord, we're suffering for the testimony and the witness of Yahweh Bashim Shah.
Got you quick precept. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. So that's what it means to be in the truth. When you come into the truth, you're going to get it how the Lord, whom the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ, how he got it. He had it hard. He went through all type of hell, trials, and tribulation.
No.
You know? Yahweh Shah. Yeah. Who the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ. All right. He went through all type of hell. And we got to go through the same. The servant is not greater than his master.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make no haste in time of trouble.
Right, and that's exactly what we got to do. We got to hold fast to these precepts, all right, to this doctrine, all right. We got to hold fast to our faith, because the Lord, He's coming back, and when He come back, He want to find faith on the earth, all right. So we gotta stand fast on this word, on this doctrine in these last days, all right, because that all our temptation is coming. Jacob's trouble is coming.
Here.
Okay, it's here now. You know, this zombie apocalypse is coming. Okay, and who's bringing it? Ultimately, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay, and the Lord is doing that through Esau, the so-called white man, his sword. All right.
To back him up, get Amos 3 and 6. Baba Kashah, real quick.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. And it reads, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it?
Right. So that's clearly showing you that the Lord, He brings evil on the earth. It's the Lord that's behind all this evil and death that's happening on the earth. All right. You got it, brother.
All right. Verse 4 of Psalm 17. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer.
Right. Read that again.
Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the path of the destroyer.
Right. You know, you got to take heed to the prophets. That's how you stay out of that path of destruction. You got to take heed to the prophets, beginning with the elder apostles of Great Millstone. You know, seek wise counsel. All right, we're prophesying. We telling you all these things are going to happen, and they're happening. All right.
Got a precept for you. The Psalms 22 and 20. Deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog.
Right, and that sword is coming. All right, Esau dog ass, he's about to bring that great wrath, this sword, and he's not playing. It's either get down or lay down. You know, this current government that you people trust in, Esau is about to flip it upside down. Okay, he's about to take the carpet from under your feet.
His horn's about to be revealed, man.
Yeah.
All these civil liberties, all right, what these Americans always brag about. We have the greatest military on earth to protect our freedom and our liberty, and so on and so forth. All right, but the same government and the same military is about to do what? Put them inside a little small box and oppress them and oppress them and oppress them. All right, I got it. You got it, brother.
You can bring it up.
All right, this Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
All right, and I'm gonna touch on that first part. It said, "Rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." So if you're in your, if you claim to be in this truth and in your right mind, you know that the earth is out of course. It's wickedness and darkness on the earth, and we know that Esau, he's the one enforcing this wickedness and darkness on the earth. All right, and we look for a new heavens and a new earth. We want righteousness to be on the earth, which Yahushua, he's going to bring that righteousness. Okay. All right, which Yahushua, he's going to bring that righteousness on the earth. Okay, so that's why we're rejoicing, because we're watching the end of this wicked world, this wicked era.
What's up, Israelite? Do I know you? Oh, all right, y'all Israelites, man. Y'all from the tribe of Issachar.
Yep. All right,
young lad.
Yeah, so you know we can't wait for this place to come down. All right, we're in captivity, we're in slavery.
Hey, I like looking at, like, you remember y'all was trying to say bring the little children.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a shame most of them gonna die over here, but little Issacharite looking at us smiling and stuff. I like that, bro.
Yep.
Can't wait till things get back set in order. What does Zechariah 8? The little children should be in the city. The old man with his cane, you know.
Isaiah too.
Yeah, I can't wait. You got it, bro.
Yep, and Yahushua said, you know, we got to become little children. You know,
kind of late for their asses to be out here, huh? Yeah. I don't see adult on there. You got it right.
Yep. So, you know, like Yahushua said, we got to become those little children. You got to be renewed through the spirit of your mind. Okay? You got to put off what you was taught and what you learned in the land of your captivity, and you got to put on the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay? That was it on that?
Yeah, and I have one back to go over and say that short time. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth? Verse 5, that the triumphant of the wicked is short.
Right. So the triumphant of the wicked is short. You see nothing but wickedness that the so-called white man is doing on the earth. All right? And his time is coming to an end. All right? His prophecy is about to be fulfilled on him. And he knows his time is short. That's why he's about to go into Operation Warp Speed. Okay? He's about to kick into third gear on you people. All right? He's the one bringing that the chaos. All right? The famines and whatnot. All right? The EMP attack. All right? He's going to bring all these different things so he can bring about his new world order.
I got a precept for you. This is Iraq 20 and 9. There's a sinner that have good success in evil things. Right. And there's a gain that turneth into a loss.
Right. And that's exactly what's about to happen to Babylon the Great America. All right. You got everything by rape, robbing, and murder, and wickedness and lies. You've been deceiving the whole world. So now this truth is coming out through the prophets, beginning with the elder apostles of Great Millstone.
When they say peace and safety, sudden calamity gonna fall on their asses, man. When he think he still his enterprise, man.
Yeah.
But he's gonna get to the point where he's gonna get to the point where he's gonna almost fulfill it. So therefore you're gonna have great death. Matthew the 24th chapter say, for the elect's sake, the days are shortened, because if the Most High ain't come down and intervene, this devil would he say no flesh will be saved, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So he's gonna have some success in this final hour trying to implement that chip, pass certain legislation, you know what I'm saying, coming down on the nation of Israel. But our Heavenly Father say, for his elect's sake, all right? Not a hair on your head is gonna be touched, man. Right. And this is your lot to be a martyr, man. Right. You got it, bro.
All right. Okay. You had more on it? Or?
That was it on them.
Okay, you got it.
Psalm
37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I saw him, but he could not be found.
Right, and the wicked being the so-called white man.
Right.
He spread himself like that Green Bay tree. You know, he conquered the earth. You know,
You got
through his
armed
sword.
military bases on every continent on the planet Earth. That's him spreading himself. But you know, he's gonna be like his mother, ancient Rome before her. She spread herself too thin, and what happened? Her ass got took down. All right, America's a carbon copy of ancient Rome, and she's gonna make the same mistake.
Yep,
You got it, brother.
yep. And it was a video I was watching on YouTube on how their troops, Babylon the Great American troops, is spread it out thin. They're spread it out thin, and they're helping NATO and whatnot. Okay, and that's not good news for this virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, because this place you about to have civil unrest, and you about to have war in the inside and on the outside, on all sides. All right, so you see how the Lord set this place up perfectly to get checkmate. Okay, and,
I got a precept for that. Says gonna have war where out?
on the inside and on the outside.
This is Second Ezra 15 to 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right, and that's going to happen in the city near you. That's going to happen inside of Babylon the Great America. Okay, it's going to be sedition among men. All right, and that woe goes into exclamation mark. All right, exclamation mark.
Destruction.
All right, destruction is coming. Great misery is coming on the earth. Perilous times, and we telling you people. All right, the Lord. Right, the Lord is about to judge this place. Okay.
Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power.
Right. So the society as you know it is going to be broken down and done away with. It's going to be lawlessness. It's not going to be no more 911. Okay. Every citizen in Babylon the Great, they have their own sword. All right. They have their own weapons. All right, and they're going to take their power in their own hands. All right.
And to back you up, you have more guns in America than you have actual living people. There's more guns in America than there is people. So the stage is set for judgment to be executed through the power and strength of Yahweh Shem Shah.
Right. You know, and what amendment it is with the right to bear arms?
I can't quote it.
Second Amendment. Okay, these people.
Google it. Make sure I ain't Van Jackson. I'm almost popping.
I know it's not the First Amendment. The First Amendment is the
I'm almost five. It's second.
Yeah.
So these people, they're gonna be exercising. They're gonna be exercising their Second Amendment. Okay, the right to bear arms. All right. You know, they're gonna be coming against this government. You know.
And the second,
right? Second Amendment.
Yeah.
The Second Amendment was originally constituted to protect the people from a tyrannical government. All right? And that's the times we're coming in. And these Trump supporters, they feel like they're being treaded upon by a government that's too big, by a government that's overreaching its boundaries. And they are going to step up. And you're going to have disillusioned Jakes stepping up just because they want to get off with that iron and they feel like they got a open space to do so. Right. Not standing on shit, really, just being niggas. Go ahead,
right. And you people rights is about to be taken away, you know, and that's going to turn into a war right there.
I want to add on your precept when you say when you were just speaking about they're going to be hit from outside and inside. Yeah. They ain't going to know. You got a precept to go right into that. This is Isaiah 47:11. Therefore evil shall come upon thee, thou shalt not know from where it rises. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. Right. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, when thou shalt not know.
Right. So this continent, this North American continent, is going to become a third world. Okay, and it's going to become a war zone. All right, you're going to have Egyptian versus You're gonna have Egyptian versus Egyptian. All right, these citizens versus each other and the government, and you're gonna have World War III happening on the outskirts. All right. So this place is set up for the okie dokie. The Lord is about to bring this place down, Babylon the Great. All right.
I got one more. One more. I mean, I could go on, but for the sake of the other brothers, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right, and that's coming. You know, you're gonna have the cities are gonna be broken down in trouble.
That's martial law.
Yeah, you're gonna have martial law and draconian laws in effect. All right, and you people, you're gonna be forced to do something you don't want to do. All right, it's either you're gonna get down with the image of the beast, all right, or you're gonna get killed. You know, if you're not gonna worship and submit to Esau, all right, he's gonna kill you straight like that.
And when it goes into martial law, that goes back into the National Guard and the Army, because you have 320 plus million Americans, and you have 700,000 or less law enforcement officers. They're not going to be able to be that first line of defense, okay? And they're going to cut off the cities because it's easier to control a population that's contained within a certain area. And that's why you have states. That's why you have cities. That's why you have congressmen. That's why you have certain people running for districts, man. Because that's the way that they put people and populations into a certain area so it can be easier to govern. And it's going to be the same with martial law.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be easy for them troops, you know, to blockade this road, blockade that road, and you know they're gonna shut off the interstate. Okay, so they're gonna make it to where you people can't even get out. You can't get out. You can't come in. You know, and just looking at the suburbs and these neighborhoods, it's it's like one way out and one way in. You know.
Oh man, all of these roadways were constructed by the Army Corps of Engineers. Come on. So when they created them throughout America, that's why every uh, city got every street on there, every road on there, so on and so forth. All right, so the government can strategically shut down the city easy. All you got to do is put a fucking tank, police car in front of every exit on the interstate, and like right down here in Baton Rouge. All right, this side of Baton Rouge right here. To cut it off, all you got to do is put a car or something in front of that train track over there, and you cut off one city.
Cut off that bridge.
Yeah. All you got to do is cut off the exit from the bridge, and you can pack these people in like sardines and have your way with them. All right. This prison house was created with the mindset to come down on the people, and because they know they are outnumbered strategically. All right, it was all by design, man. All right, these corporate bankers, they when they come up with their tumults and their conspiracies and their plans, all right, they set them bitches out 50 and 40 years ahead in time, man.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. You got
Okay. No. Bring out what you want.
Yeah, Psalm 64 from the top.
Psalm 64 from the top. This is the book of Psalm 64. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Right, and that's what we want. We want our life to be preserved from the fear of the enemy. Who's the enemy? The so-called white man. All right, if you don't believe me, just check his track record. All right, has he dealt with you like a friend? Has he dealt with you with love? Never. You can't. There's no time period in history. All right, because this devil, he knows who we are.
All right, look, everybody be walking by smiling and shit, laughing like it's a game. You look gremlins. When we see the Most High let these four winds back and wreak havoc. All right, the scripture say in Proverbs the 4th chapter that you're gonna seek for him. You're gonna come to the prophets for succor. Fuck you niggas, man. Same thing make you laugh, make you cry. You got it, brother.
Right. Kanai, get Ecclesiastes 12. You can keep going up.
Want me to go now?
Yeah.
Verse 2.
No. Okay.
I was holding it.
Kanai, he gonna get it. And,
On the top?
No. The elder gonna get it.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
All right, verse 2 of 64 of Psalm. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Right. And this devil, he has what you call secret meetings, that secret council. All right, it's nothing good. These different plans that they holding, and these different bills and laws that they signing is nothing good. You know, just like with uh the abortion, uh the Roe versus Wade situation. You know, people Esau threw that monkey wrench in there so he can, cause more chaos. You
And
know,
division. That actually, ultimately, it goes back to the Lord with that sword when it
yeah,
says, "I should." He didn't come to bring peace, but he came to bring a sword. Matthew 10:34.
right.
He wants this place to be divided on all levels because his other sayings would come to pass. A kingdom divided, what?
Cannot stand.
Yeah.
All right. So we're telling you, the prophets is telling you firsthand. First.
I got your precept for that. All right, real fast. This Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Right. So that's clearly telling you the Lord. He's causing he's causing these uprisings, these uproars of the people. You know, he's getting shit started. You know, he's gonna cause a lot of war and death to happen on the earth. All right, because the Lord is about to visit this place. Okay, and go get second ninth chapter from the top. Okay, all right. So
Second Ezra 9 from the top.
wait, hold on.
You got it.
All right. So we telling you the prophets. We out here telling you, beginning with the elder apostles of Great Millstone. All right. This devil, he's about to bring. He's about to come down with his great wrath. He's about to bring all type of chaos on you people. So if you're gonna trust in him, well, I ain't gonna say that. Choose this day whom you shall serve. All right. Is you gonna? All right. So and get Isaiah 30 from the top. Okay. So you people that's trusting in this place, all right, it's about to be your shame at the end of the day, you know, because this is your enemy, all right. The plans he has for you is death and destruction, all right. When you read Psalms 49th chapter in the 11th verse, uh, his thoughts is for his people, you know, his rulership, you know. He, he don't have you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans in his mind when he's uh, see himself ruling for another 1,000 years. You know, he wants to destroy you so-called. He wants to destroy the minority, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, all right, who are the Israelites. Okay, give me the second.
Second Ezra 9 from the top. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, and how you measure the times by the prophecies in the Bible and by looking at the news, okay, and listening to the prophets. All right.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. And we see these different signs coming to pass. Okay. We see the uproars of the people. All right. We see the kingdom versus kingdom. All right. We see the rumors of wars. All right. We see the NATO and the EU divided more than ever. Okay. So we know we're right at the end. All right. The Lord is about to make his return. You got it.
And he's gonna make his official return. But the scriptures that you're bringing out right now is saying that he has pulled up.
Yeah.
He's pulled up. He's here.
Right.
Okay?
And they got videos out there with the so-called UFOs, you know, just all in outer space,
And look,
and they
and
heading
it's
this way.
more so his spirit is here.
Yeah,
You got the spirit of the expose. You got the spirit of truth. You got
right,
the spirit of blowing of the fake doctrines out of the fucking water. You got the spirit of showing how Esau's inner workings work, the industrial complex, the educational things, even the carbon footprints. These these are all products of the spirit of Yahweh Shah pulling up. And the consummation of these things is Yahweh Shah himself cracking the skies through the power of his Father, with coming in the glory of his Father.
That's right. Hey, get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3 on down.
I got you a quick precept. It's Matthew 24 and 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branches get tender and put forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh.
Right. So that's talking about the signs of the times. You need to know what time you're living in. You're living in the last days. All right. And if you don't see that, it's not meant for you to see that. Okay.
The leaves on it's a beautiful similitude, metaphor. Yeah. The leaves on the fig tree represent prophecies coming to pass. Right? So you have to be occupied in prophecy to be in reality in these last days. And if you're not occupied in prophecy, all right, out here pushing the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy, it's safe to say you're outside of the temple, all right, and you're gonna be mystified, man. You got it, brother.
Right, that's right. All right, and we see that the Bible is talking. You know, like I said, the Bible is talking. You know, it's a living book. All right, and the prophets. You got a piece?
I got what you called for, second entrance, and we're still going into what we're talking about.
Right. Jeremiah 28.
Got you.
We're gonna go back to that. All right, so we're about to show you. In it's common knowledge all through the Bible. When a prophet was prophesying, he had nothing good to say. Okay,
because we were prophesying behind enemy lines for the most part.
Right.
We was always prophesying the downfall of the captives that had us behind enemy lines, man.
Right. That's right. Every time a prophet was prophesying, it was either a future captivity or they was in captivity prophesying of deliverance and the destruction of their kingdom. You got it.
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. So that's what the true prophets are going to do of the Bible. Okay, they're going to prophesy against countries, and they're going to prophesy of famines and dark days ahead, a dark winter, dark summer.
That's what the book is all about. What? Mourning, lamentation, and
woe.
I got you a precept, bro. Got you a precept.
Hey, give him what he asked for.
Right.
Give him what he asked for.
No, you can get what you got. You can bring that up.
Yeah. This 2 Thessalonians 3, and from the top, it says, finally, brethren, pray for us.
No, from 3, start at 3. 2 and 3.
I got you. This Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 3.
You said Thessalonians 2 and 3?
Yeah, 2 Thessalonians
2 Thessalonians 2 and chapter verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
Right, hold on. And that falling away first, that happened with the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, that happened during the Renaissance period. All right, from the 1300s, the 1400s, all the way up until now. When we went into captivity and we were scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, we discontinued from our heritage of being the people of the Bible, the chosen people. You can keep going.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right, and that man of sin is being revealed, the so-called white man. All right, son of perdition, meaning destruction. Okay, so we're letting you know who's bringing all this destruction on the earth. Okay, you keep going.
Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Right, the white man had that in mind during the Renaissance period when he was coming with his iconoclasm. He had that precept in mind. Read it again.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Right, you know, he still to this day, you still got certain paintings and things like this in Europe that shows the original prophets, the judges, and the Messiah as so-called black people, which we're not. Black with different shades of brown.
Yeah, that Byzantine art is what was whitewash.
Yeah.
See, Renaissance art during the when the so-called white man came back into power, the difference between Byzantine art and Renaissance art, as you notice, they were Byzantine. They were fully clothed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had on jewelry, baguettes, crowns. You know, the faces just was whitewashed, but they were fully clothed in priestly, kingly garments, right?
Right.
All right. But then when you look at that Renaissance art, when he came into power, everybody was ass naked. That Grecian vibration. You see a painting of so-called God hanging from heaven, ass naked, with his finger down, touching Jesus Christ. You'll see all of the apostles and so-called men of the Lord from the so-called white man's fucked up mindset in a room together, humping each other naked and shit. You see what I'm saying? That's why this devil has to go.
Right.
All right? And that's the difference between Renaissance art and Byzantine art. All right? They iconoclast that Byzantine art and just whitewashed everything. Then when they came into power, and they were just freakazoids. All their paintings is freakazoidism, you know?
Yeah.
You got it, brother.
I'm gonna say this one. Go ahead, brother. Alexander the Freak, you know, Antiochus. All right, and it's many more. Okay, the 12 Caesars of the Roman Empire, ancient Roman Empire. They, you know, they was strange men. They were strange from the womb. You know, they don't like natural. They like man versus man with man. Okay,
Boys.
yeah, men with boys.
Now go back to it's a term called pederasty. And it's a Greek thing. If you look up the term, the Greek way, well, watch what you get. You heard me?
Yeah.
All right, but this is going back into iconoclasm, like the elder was just bringing out, and it gets into detail. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles, there should be a visitation, because in the creature of our power, they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men and a snare to the feet of their unwise. So basically, the things that they brought out when they came back into power, the paintings that they depicted, and the teachings that they professed to the world, they are off as hell, and people accepted them because they were in power, and they ultimately became a stumbling block to our people. All right, verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. Now, what's the main idol that they devised, man?
You should have.
It goes back into that punk Caesar Borgia. That's their chief idol right now, and they painted him in the likeness. They painted him to replace the true likeness of Yahweh Shib Yahushai. And it's a temporary thing until the scrolls was unlocked, and we here to blast that shit off the pages, man.
Tear down that stronghold.
That's
a stronghold. Yeah. Our people can't get that shit out their fucking minds, man. Jesus was white. The Jews were white. All right? That was put in their minds from birth. What is the wicked are estranged from the womb? As soon as they be born, they come out speaking lies. Yeah. All right? Who did they teach that to? The people that they had in derision. All right? All those lies. Somebody give me Jeremiah 16 and go down to where it say our father inherited lies. I don't know exactly where it is.
I think it's 16 and 19.
Yeah.
Try 16 and 19.
Yeah, try that.
Yep. That's it. This is Jeremiah 16, chapter 16 and verse 19.
Come on.
Oh Lord, my strength and my fortress.
Come on.
And my refuge in the day of affliction.
Come on.
The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth,
come on,
and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
All right, and those lies that their fathers inherited, what did they do? They taught them to generation after generation after generation after generation. All right, so our people was drunk off all these lies, and I was reading something today. I'm gonna do a sit down on it tomorrow. That it's something called unlearned psychology. All right, and it teaches you that it's harder to unlearn something than to learn something. So that's what makes the elect so precious. All right, through the word they're renewing their mind. It's hard to renew your mind and put off something that you were taught since birth. All right, that has to be an act of God, of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It's a miracle. This is spiritual power. All right, spiritual warfare is a mental warfare. This devil's greatest power is not the Gatling gun. It's his philosophy. Give me Colossians 2 and 8. And I'm gonna give back to you, brother. His educational industrial complex, his almanac, his fucking encyclopedia.
He was right when he said the pen is mightier than the sword.
Indeed. Bring it out, bro.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy.
Our Heavenly Father, through the Apostle Paul, beloved brother, he said, beware. When somebody tell you beware, it's something serious, right?
Yeah.
Beware is a word that should always come with an exclamation point behind that motherfucker. Beware of the dog. Beware of this bitch, because she might have monkeypox.
Hey, wait. That's real in the times we living in.
Yeah. But beware is a serious word anytime it's used, right?
Yeah.
Bring it out.
And it reads, it says, in vain deceit.
All right, he say, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy, the Western philosophy, the so-called white man's way of living, his education. He goes into that, what it is in Wisdom of Solomon 5. He talk about his transgression of his education. All right? And vain deceit is nothing more than what? It's lies. All right? And that's what happened here to our people in America, man, when we was on those plantations. All right? He beat Kunta out you, all right? And beat Toby in you. All right? That's what he did, man. He beat this Western satanic, God-forsaken philosophy in you and polluted your mind. That's why Micah, the second chapter say, come out of my people because this place will pollute you. All right? That's why the spirit, give me John 15 and 3. And then you got it, brother.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
All right, this is what sobers you up, what purifies your mind. All right, what brings you back into reality. This word, man. All right? That's why you have to be occupied in prophecy. All right? These inhabitants in the land, they're dead bones, man. They're copper tops. They're not in reality. They live for the weekend. All right? They think Walmart is going to be open forever. They think they're going to have access to clean water and maxi pads forever. They don't know what's about to befall them. The vast majority of them don't. But this word keeps you in reality. You got it, brother.
Right. And get that the precept truth is sprung up, or is sprouted up.
Second Ezra 7 chapter.
Yeah, truth
Start around 41.
Yeah. And you can bring that one out first.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, in opposition of science falsely so-called.
Right. So that's all that's offered in Babylon the Great America, which that word Babylon means confusion. All right. So science falsely so-called. So the word science means to know. Okay. So everything that Esau discovered he's discovered it based on hypothesis. You know, even the things when Esau say something is good for you is really bad for you.
All right, and when you go to Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, he say nothing was hid for him.
Yeah.
When you look at the Discovery Channel, and he could tell, I was looking at crocodiles today. They're one of my favorite reptiles. And it was saying that his tail only works when his temperature is at a certain temperature, or he would not be able to use his body. So that's why when you see him with his mouth open, y'all see the crocodiles with his mouth open, he's not doing that to catch food or nothing. He's regulating his temperature so he can live. So I'm like, all right, but how the fuck Esau know all this shit? See, that's what the scripture talking about. Nothing here. All right, so that's why when you say he's doing shit off of guesses and hypotheses, that's what he's giving the fucking idiots. That bitch know the truth. To push a lie, you have to know the truth. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the scripture calls him, the father of lies.
Con.
He know about Yahweh Shimon.
Hey,
Yeah.
he can't be the father of lies without knowing the truth.
Indeed.
Because lies, they try to upset the truth and try to offset prophecy because they know it and they actually believe it. They just don't want their followers, the people, to believe it. And that's why so many of our people are going to fall victim to John 8:44.
Con. And Esau, you've been found wanting. Oh, bring out that precept.
Second Ezra 7,
Yeah.
Second Ezra 7:41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increased.
Right. And that's what we see in the earth today. You know, if this devil continue to rule, it's gonna get bad. You know, I can't say that. Hold on. Can't say that.
Yeah, be politically correct.
Okay.
Say sodomite.
Yeah. If Esau continue to rule, everybody gonna be a sodomite. You know, wickedness is just spreading
Hey,
forth.
look, like we trying to get back to the garden, they trying to get back to Rome. They trying to get back to Greece because Greece was the first society that openly accepted pederasty, relations between older men and younger boys, older women and younger women and whatnot. It was open. It wasn't looked down upon. We trying to get back to Eden. He trying to get back to Greece and Rome, man.
Right. So this place is confusion and darkness. Do as thou wilt. You can worship whatever you want to worship. You know, it's confusion. You know, and you don't have control over your own household under this devil.
He trying to get back to how it was before the flood. He had to turn that bitch out to Yahweh. Yahweh Shimon say, fuck this. Get rid of everything. He had it fucked up then.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
You can keep reading on that.
Okay, brother. And the righteousness have prayed for the ungodly. Wherefore shall it not be so now also?
Keep going.
He answered me and said, this present life is not the end, where much glory doeth abide.
Right. So the point is, before righteousness can spring forth, corruption got to be put out of the earth. Okay.
You're pointing for the three.
Yeah.
Therefore have they prayed for the weak. Verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Wait, hold on. Get a definition of the word doom. You know. So we're going to show you how.
You wanted the blue letter or can't get it?
Google. Okay. So,
secular definition.
Right. You know, and I think there was Donald Trump that said we're doomsday prophets or something like that. All right. Because we're coming straight out the Bible. We're not making up our own words. Everything we're saying is coming out the Bible, and we're about to get that word doom.
Hey, brother, every captivity that had us behind enemy lines, that's what we were preaching.
Yeah.
The Lord does not let us out of this place and just exonerate the people that held us captive. So their governments have to go down so ours can go up.
Right.
This is doom. Dictionary, Oxford Language Dictionary. It says death, destruction, or some other terrible fate.
Right. That's all what's coming in the upcoming days on the Gregorian calendar. All right. If you check the calendar and you're trying to plan your days out, your vacation days or whatever like that, you can cancel that. Like you say, you can put it in your pipe and smoke it. All right. That shit is done away with. Doom, the day of doom is coming. All right. And if you're not sleeping under a rock, you clearly see these different plagues. The pox, the monkey pox. All right, the famine, so forth and so forth. We see all these things happening. You got the National Guard, and I forgot how the article went technically, but they're getting ready. They setting everything up. For martial law and things like that to come about. Okay.
I got a little more on the definition. It said condemned to a certain destruction or death.
Right, and that's what's coming: death and destruction. All right, and that's an amendment from the Lord. All right, that's an amendment from the Lord. Okay.
I got one for you.
So let me bring out a precept. Let him make his point. All right.
But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for it to come.
Right. So before immortality can come, before righteousness can be brought out throughout the earth, before the Lord establishes his kingdom on the earth, the wicked got to be taken down. That dragon has to be taken down, and the false prophet.
And the beast.
All right, and the beast. All right,
And the 2/3.
yeah, and 2/3 of our
First
people.
and foremost. Judgment starting in the house of Yasharala.
Right, you know, and a brother can get that precept. Judgment start in the house of Yahweh Shema Shah.
I get it.
Okay,
Keep reading.
Wherein corruption is past.
right, and that's what we waiting on.
And corruption is fast. Keep reading. I'm going to bring this one down. Keep going.
Intemperance is at an end.
And temperance is at the end. Come on.
Infidelity is cut off.
Come on.
Righteousness is grown.
Come on. All right. So we're in a time where guys doing malicious things. All right. Like what the British say. The hand behind the curtain. Doing deceitful things. First and foremost, Esau. But if anybody in the kingdom of men, all right, that's just been doing grimy, slithery, snake ass shit, is at an end for it. All right. It don't matter who you are, where you are. All right. Mark the 4th chapter say every secret thing and every hidden thing is going to be brought to the forefront. All right. And first and foremost with Esau, but first and foremost, even if it's going on in the house of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. You got it, brother.
And elder, I don't think nobody saw it, but they had like a chariot going super fast. You know, like a what the world would call a shooting star, but it shot right over there. Okay, but you got that was it on that precept book?
Wherein corruption and truth is sprung up.
All right, and go back.
And the truth is sprung up, and you see all these light bearers.
Yeah,
No matter where you're at on the planet, you got a GMS camp pushing the sound doctrine across the four winds. And you got brothers that adhere to the doctrine that the elder apostles are pushing out, that they're coming down under and pushing it. You remember when Yahweh shot one of the disciples told our great king, hey man, they're teaching in your name. They're teaching in your name. And he said, look, man, let them teach. As long as they teach the sound doctrine, let them teach. You know?
right.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, and the same thing happened to Moses, you know, with the elders, you know, and one of the guys came to Moses and was like, you got two guys that's not in the camp and they're teaching, you know, and Moses was like, hey, I wish all the nation of Israel was prophets, you know, so hey, you got prophets throughout the four corners of the earth teaching this truth, okay, you got that precept? Wait, go back to 2 Thessalonians 2 and where you left off.
All right, this 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right, and get that Psalms 19. All right, keep reading, and that's what Esau, the so-called white man, that's ultimately what his new world order is about. Once he get that, if it was possible, all right, if Esau was to accomplish his new world order, he will become a god, a superpower on the earth, you know, and the Lord is not going to allow him to do that, you know, because then no flesh should be saved. That's why the Lord is coming back to take this devil down.
The verse 4 or from the top?
No, he got more on there.
Romans 13, he said he let this devil raise up and get so great so he could show his power.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
He let this devil get so big and great so he could show off. Let this bitch get these Apache helicopters, these nuclear ICBMs, these destroyers. All right, these F-20s, F-16s. All right, he said he let Pharaoh get so great so I could come and flush him out, flawless victory before men. All right? And when they see that, what they're going to say? Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Yahweh Shema Shai is Lord, man. They're going to see him come back and flush out the greatest power on the planet Earth, man. Right. Bring it out, bro.
And it's a precept in Psalms that say it is time for thee, O Lord, to work, because they have made void thy law, you know. So you so-called Americans, you're not worshiping, you're not even worshiping the true God of heaven and earth. You're worship the true power. You're worshiping Esau, the so-called white man. All right. You worshiping Satan. All right. You got the precept.
Right, this verse 5. It says, "Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time."
Right. And this devil is clearly revealed. You know, this gospel is preached throughout the four corners of the earth. That's why you have. That's why we're at the end.
Come on.
All right. Hold on, I keep making my way that way. All right. So that's why we're at the end. You know, this truth has hit the four corners of the earth. All right. So now the Lord is about to manifest all these prophecies on earth. You keep going.
Verse 7. "For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way."
Right. So the Lord is going to allow Esau to do what he do for a little while longer, you know, until certain prophecies be fulfilled. All right. And then the Lord is going to make his return. All right. And that last major prophecy we're waiting on is that Charagma. All right. The mark of the beast. Okay. They got more on it? Yeah, they do.
All right, this verse 8, it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming."
Right. And the wicked has already been revealed. Okay. The wicked has already been revealed. And that famine of the word is about to come. All right. The time is coming to where you're not going to see the prophets on the highways and byways no more. All right. Because we're going to keep prophesying and teaching. But whenever we get taken off these platforms and all hell break loose, all right,
And they passing the legislation. They doing what it takes to get us on. Because when you look at Alex Jones, that wicked ass nigga, he's a government foreman. He works for the government. Don't be beguiled by him like he bringing out truth. Brothers been bringing out what he's bringing out. You know what I'm saying? Control opposition. All right. So now you see what they're doing. Him crucifying him, and what are they doing? They're trying to stop people from having free thought. They're trying to stop people from saying what's on their mind. All right. And what did he do? He was like, man, Sandy Hook was a false flag. Over here was a false flag. And now what's happened to him? He got sued for it. So soon, we say more than him. We bring out more than him. So if they're doing it to him, what are they going to do to us? You see what I'm saying? They're going to try to come shut us down.
Yep, it's coming.
And they're going to do it. And they're going to do it by law. They're going to pass a law to stop it. All right. What they sued that for what? $4 million. But it's smoke and mirrors though. That's bullshit. Yeah. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Right. He got that. And get Isaiah 10 and 1.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of Satan, of his devices.
Right. And that word Satan, all right, is going into your adversary. All right. And that word Satan and devil is applying to the same man. All right. It's applying to Esau, the so-called white man. Okay. And we're not ignorant of his devices. We know the false flags and propaganda that he's working in these last days so he can pass bills and legislation. Okay? So the Lord is letting you do he's letting that mystery of iniquity work. He's letting you do what you do, all right, until you fulfill majority of those prophecies that's meant for you to fulfill it. All right, and then the Lord is just going to rain all type of hell on you. Okay? That's it on that? All right, you can
It's Isaiah chapter 10 and from the top. It says, "Woe unto them that decree."
Hold up. You got a question or something?
No,
all right. Well, what you think about America? Huh?
we
live in a situation.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
You think it's the greatest nation on the planet Earth? All right. Who?
Heaven is the greatest.
Indeed, that's what we're preaching of, the kingdom of heaven, but it might not be what you think, though. All right? America's going to be destroyed in the third world war. That's what we out here teaching. Is that music to your ear? You all for that? Where's your ancestry go to?
Look, I ain't went that far.
Huh?
I ain't went that far.
Do you know your father?
Huh?
You know your dad?
Uh-huh.
Where your dad from?
Blackman. His dad is from Blackman. His mother is from
Where is your grandfather from?
my grandfather is from New Jersey.
New Jersey. What are you from Irish descent? Huh? Was he an Irishman?
Yeah.
I know. I could look and tell. I could look and tell. Y'all came down from New York, New Jersey, on the Appalachian Trail. All right, and those where you get the word hillbillies from. All right. You look like a hillbilly. Hey, can you make this shit up? Can you make this shit up? That's Jake. That's Jake.
He pulled up like that.
No, hey, bro, you can't make this shit up. When the Irish came up there, got dropped off on the boat in New York, all right, they descended down into the Appalachian Mountains, you know, built settlements and shit down there, and they came all the way down south, you know, to Plaquemine, Lafayette, so on and so forth. The Cajuns, a lot of those Cajuns go up, their ancestors go up to the Irishmen. Yeah, man, you're Israelite. I can look and tell. But you got it, bro.
Right.
You can just listen, bro.
Yeah, get that speckled bird too. Yeah,
It's the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
Right. You know, so it's not about skin color. All right. When it comes to the Hebrew Israelites, it's not about skin color. Okay. We understand that the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, we've been scattered and mingled with the other nations. Okay, and we look like the other nations, and we participate in the same customs and the ordinances of the other nations. Okay, but our spirit bear witness that we're the sons of God, the princes of the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay, they got more on it.
Nah, that was
Okay, bring out that precept.
that Isaiah 10. Or you want the
Nah, the speckled
Jeremiah
bird. What that
12.
is? Isaiah 19? No. Speckled bird.
I get it.
All right.
You better get it for him.
Okay, yeah, we about to get that speckled bird, okay? And go to Revelation 12 real quick. You know,
Jeremiah 12 and 9, man.
12 and 9.
Jeremiah 12 and 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Right. And get Joel, I think that's Joel 2 and 3. Get Joel 2 and 3. All right, read that again.
Jeremiah 12 and 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Right, that's the heritage of the Lord, okay? Let me show you something. All right, the heritage of the Lord it became a speckled bird, okay? We've been scattered throughout the earth. And we've been mingled with the other nations of the earth. Okay, now you have Israelites, and it goes back the seed. All right, it goes according to the man. Okay, it goes according to the man. Okay? So an Israelite man, he can pop an Edomite woman, and it's still gonna be an Israelite baby at the end of the day. Okay. But that baby, its complexion, you know, its skin tone, it'll lighten up, you know, and you know, it'll look like what you call a half breed.
Yeah, it only takes a couple of generations for somebody this color and my color for our offspring to be looking like another nation, all right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's all about the seed. You plant apple seed anywhere, it's going to be an apple, all right? So Israelites, we can spread throughout the four winds, so we can come looking like the different four winds. But like his brother just looked at you and he saw that Irishman in you, we can go throughout the four winds and we can see the spirit because we know our own at the end of the day, man.
Right.
Let's finish bringing out the scriptures with the brother told.
All right, I'm not going you got that? The precept?
Yeah, Joel 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
All right, this Joel chapter 2 and verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
No, that's not it. That's not it. What you looking for? The Lord is like in He's like, scattered my heritage and parted my land. But the point is, okay, we've been through this
Joel 3 and 2.
Yeah,
Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my inheritance Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Right. So the Lord, He's about to judge these other nations of the earth. Okay. Let me find that precept. I mean, not the precept. All right. The Lord is about to judge you. If you're not a part of the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, the Lord is about to judge you other nations. Okay, because you scattered beginning with the so-called Jewish. All right, the Ashkenazi Jews. Okay. All right, you parted the land of Israel, Jerusalem. All right, that's not your land.
The zeal of the Lord is taking over.
You know, so the Ashkenazi Jews get that. Oh, you go. All right, this last point, Slacky. I'm about to close out. Get Revelation 2 and 9. All right. But those Ashkenazi Jews over there, the Amalekites, that's the biblical name. Okay? You so-called Jewish. All right? You go back to the Khazars, all right? Which are a Turkish people. All right? Up there in the Caucasus Mountains. Okay? So you don't fit the prophecies of the nation of Israel at the end of the day. Bring that out, we're gonna close up.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Now, when you keep it in this proper context of the chapter, all right, it's getting on Israelites at the end of the day. It's getting on wicked Israelites, you know, that's proclaiming, you know, to be a Jew, proclaiming to be in the truth and things like that, and they're not wholeheartedly in the truth. But we liken it's twofold. We liken this precept to the so-called Jewish, you know, and that ish, that suffix, it goes to pertaining to, you know, or wishing to be like, yeah, and you're not it, okay? So you know, that's it on that. All right, and captivity is coming to you, heathen nations. But with that, we're going to turn the face to the east and give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Ba'ashem,
and double honors to my elder apostles, Great Millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the Akim Great Millstone, pushing the truth throughout the four corners in these last days. Above, and Kwam Yashala. We're almost out of it.